Hi colleagues, I am here to share some of the insights that I have found as I have sought insights into the Native American culture. I have been reading Walking Two Worlds by Joseph Bruchac. Now, in my own bias and ignorance, I needed a little help selecting an authentic Native American author. So I turned to Oyate. That's Oyate, in case I'm not pronouncing it right. Oyate is an American Indian organization devoted to, and I will quote, ensuring Native American lives and histories are portrayed honestly. And in a review, they said about Joseph Bruchac, he is a gifted writer, but not just a gifted writer. He, quote, breathes life into historical events. So I was very excited to read some of his novels, and this I would have to say is one of my favorites. It is about a true person, Eli Parker, who was a Seneca in the late 1800s and went on to actually be the secretary of Ulysses S. Grant and drew up the terms of surrender that Robert E. Lee signed at the end of the Civil War. So this story is mostly about his life as a young man when his parents, grandparents, decided they wanted to send him to a white school. And they sent him to a Baptist school where he began to learn English and the white man's ways. Later, he would be scholarship to a university. And I want to get on to a point where he has a discussion with the principal of the university or the college, because I think it brings out some interesting perspectives that I didn't enjoy the perspectives, all of them, but I loved the way they all three played together in this scene. So I'll share it with you. Eli goes into Principal Wilcox's office and sits down to have a discussion with him. In the course of the discussion, Eli asks, all of my fellow students pay tuition here. Why am I the only one here on scholarship? And Principal Wilcox says, well, you know, Eli, your people have had their land stolen and their ancient ways have been taken away from them. Isn't that true? Well, not really used to hearing it put out there like that. Eli just agrees and doesn't say much. He goes on to say, Principal Wilcox does, well, not all white men are like that. Some of us, those of us who are truly Christian, want to raise the Indian up and make him as good as a white man through education. And Eli, you could be the Moses of your people, leading your people out of their old Indian ways and into the promised land of civilization. Eli is very diplomatic and very quiet through the course of the conversation. I think he believes Wilcox to be sincere, at least. Outside the office, he reflects to himself, I don't need to become as good as a white man because I am as good as a white man. And I certainly don't want to be Moses because Moses died before he got in the promised land. So I think it's just three great perspectives to think about when you're thinking about how you look at Native Americans. Here we have the viewpoint shared by Principal Wilcox of the greedy European man stealing the land and trying to victimize the Native American, literally victimizing them in many respects. Then you have the perspective of the well-meaning but probably very misled at times white Americans who were going to rescue the Indian from themselves, from their savage ways, and make the Indian into a white man. And then you have a very strong Native American voice saying, I do not need to become a white man. I am as good as a white man. I will always be a Seneca in my heart. That's who I want to be. I want to be myself. And I thought that was a great scene to talk about Native American perspectives. And I would have to agree with the website Oyate. Joseph Bruchac certainly breathed life into this historical event. Thank you.